as a love kiss stay in my memory.
That's a serious allegation to make, sir. Could I have your name? Why not? If we're to follow this up, we might need to talk to you again. Hello? Hello?
Remember this one from Herman's Hermits?
We're really going to have to do something about our furniture.
Do you think so?
It was all right when I was out at work all day, but up here it's really beginning to get me down.
Now, don't worry, you'll get a job soon.
I'm serious. There was something in the colour supplement. There. That sort of thing.
It's very nice. It's a bit pricey, though.
I've still got some savings.
Could buy it for my birthday.
I can imagine your face if I gave you furniture for your birthday. Postman's been, hasn't he?
I wouldn't mind one of these stereograms. Our record player's knackered.
Hand delivered.
Charlie Denby has an unhealthy interest in young boys. Lock him up.
You'll get a great sound in there, you will.
Oh, wow.
Inspector in the booth. If you want a copy, I've got plenty.
No, thank you. I prefer proper singing. Not that we've got a gramophone.
But what can I do for you?
I'd like to put this advert in your window.
Certainly. Pension rate?
Oh, that's right.
Well, how does sixpence sound? The advert stays in till you get yourself fixed up.
Oh, that's very kind. My sister and I have just moved into Laburnum Cottage, but the guy was really too much for us.
Oh, there's plenty of likely lads around here. You'll get yourself fixed up in no time.
Oh, good.
Well, our concerned ratepayer on the phone said much the same. Keep an eye on Denby. He likes young boys.
What do you know about him, Alf?
Bit unconventional. More so since his father died. I've always found him a nice enough bloke.
They probably said the same thing about that Philby. I ate anonymous tips, but we can't afford to ignore them. Check him out, Rowan.
That's £1, 3 and 5pence, ladies.
Francis, have you brought your purse? No. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I had more than this.
That's okay, ladies. Settle up with me next time.
Oh, how kind. Thank you. Goodbye.
Hey, pack it in, you lot. All right. Or I'll put Frank Highfield on.
It's typical of those with pots of money. Never have to settle their debts like the rest of us.
What makes you think they got money?
Advertising for a gardener. And the things going into their house. Not that I was watching, of course. I just happened to be passing. And it all looked to be expensive stuff.
Claude? Oh. You're next.
Yeah, give us a quarter of humbugs, Charlie.
Oh, dear father would be turning in his grave if he could see this shop now.
Well, wouldn't you prefer to have him in here rather than on the street?
I chose not to bring children into this world, Mr. Denby. I'd rather not suffer other people's. I thought you, as a single man, would be the same.
Having him around keeps me young. Stops me becoming narrow-minded.
Humbug, Miss Hamilton.
Going to bring a bit of the King's Road to Aidensfield, are you?
If only. Milk?
Please.
You know, the reason I'm here is, well, we haven't really got off to a very good start, have we? I'm sure that's at least partly down to me. We ought to be friends, Kate.
That suits me, Alex. You're the last person I'd want as an enemy.
No, that's something you need never worry about. You're settling in all right?
I'm getting used to the locals. There's certainly some characters about.
Oh, yes. You know, if I were to repeat only about 1/10 of the gossip I hear in the surgery, my rounds would take me all day.
Do you know Charlie Denby, the shop?
Oh, one of my regulars. A bit of a dicky heart.
Tell me about him.
There's something special on my mind. Last night I met a new girl in the neighborhood. Whoa, yeah. Something tells me I'm into something.
You've been making changes, Mr. Denby?
I have, Constable. Investing in the future.
Can I have a word?
And I can tell I'm her kind of guy. She never close to me like I hope she would. She asks me like I hope.
Charlie! Ah, come on, later, lads, later.
Oh, we're listening to that.
Ah, never mind, off.
See you tonight, Charlie. See ya.
See ya.
Ta-ra, Charlie.
Ta-ra.
We've had 1 or 2 complaints.
Well, is it that loud?
I don't mean the records. People are concerned about the number of youngsters coming in here.
Well, they do get a bit boisterous, I suppose.
It's not their behaviour. It's yours.
You see, I don't treat them like children. They're my friends.
Friends?
I like to think so.
Is that why you encourage them?
Well, they're good customers too, of course. And they're doing nothing wrong. I'm just a bit surprised that you take these complaints seriously.
We have to.
I see. Well, is that it, Constable?
For now.
Oh, come any time. I've got nothing to hide.
Mr. Greengrass seems such an appropriate name for a gardener.
Oh, yes, doesn't it?
So, what experience do you have?
Do you know Lord Ashfordley?
Oh, not personally.
No, well, I were garden advisor to his lordship. I recommended what his team of gardeners had to do.
Oh, well, then I hardly think our little patch will interest you.
Oh, that's all right with me. You pay for a quality, not a quantity.
Evening. Now then, Mr. Rowan. I thought it was you supposed to catch us lurking in bush shelters.
What are you doing, having a crafty fag?
Yeah, something like that. What do you know about Charlie Denby?
Like what?
Well, like anything.
He's funny.
Well, funny ha-ha or funny peculiar?
He always just ignores me.
Yeah, and what do you want an old man like that taking notice of you for?
I thought he got on with all young people. He's got quite a gathering up there now.
Bet it's all lads.
Lads? Well, no girls?
Girls never get invited. I think he's frightened of us.
Frightened?
Yeah, you know, shy. Like you're not.
Have you been up there?
Nah, it's only the young lads he bothers with. Like, you can show off to them.
So what goes on?
Ain't much. Listen to records, maybe have the odd drink. Well, it's better than hanging about on street corners.
Night.
I see the police have been at your mate Charlie Denby, son.
You talking to me?
Well, he's a friend of yours, isn't he?
I don't really see what business of yours is, my friend.
Oh, of course, Mr. Owen might have been going in for a bag of sugar, but I reckon it were official like.
Oh, yes. Can I join you, Harry?
Of course, Reg. Coming here to get away from the noise, have you?
What noise?
Our Tony's round your house, isn't he? Playing records with Desi.
No. Des was out with his mother.
Must be somewhere else. Could have sworn he said.
That'll teach you to listen properly in future, eh?
You know what it's like with teenage boys. If you get more than a grunt out of them, you're lucky. I gave up listening ages ago.
Now, what's all this about Charlie Denby? In trouble with the police?
Really? I've heard nothing.
Thanks, Charlie.
Aye, thanks a lot, Charlie.
My pleasure.
See you later.
Aye, be careful walking home.
You gonna invite me in?
Get lost.
We've got things to discuss.
Not now. It's late.
Now, just a minute.
Evening.
What was all that about? Nothing.
He seemed anxious to get inside.
I saw the lights on. Wanted some cigs. You start opening up for one, they'll all be round.
Do you know him?
It was dark. Didn't get much of a look.
He didn't seem too pleased to see me.
Not everybody is, Constable. Good night.
The registration checks out to Reginald Arthur Pendleton, Hilltop House, Aidensfield.
The car dealer. So Denby should have known him then.
Prominent local businessman, it must have done.
Is he respectable?
Drives a roller, innit? Fair Leg Brigade.
Chief cook and bottle washer of the local Masonic Lodge. Is that respectable enough for you? Hmm?
Now then. They've seen better days, these.
I'd have thought, being a professional, you'd have had your own tools.
Aye, well, it's a bit of a sad story, that, Miss Kirby, you see. I had to sell them. It's awful, isn't it, when bad health forces a man to give up his vocation.
Oh, well, will you be able to manage our garden then?
Oh, I'm fine now, as long as I'm a bit careful. I'm not like anything untoward to happen in your nice new home.
Oh, no.
No, I'll go and get these all sharpened, then I'll take them into Ashfordley.
Oh, as you see fit.
It'll not cost you a lot. I know a fella.
Well, what about the Beatles? Maybe. We're going to see a Hard Day's Night when it gets to Ashfordley. It's a fab LP.
You're here again, are you? Why did you lie to me?
What's the problem, Harry?
You are.
What?
I've always been prepared to turn a blind eye before, but no more. That's my son. Understand that? Of course. You had him upstairs last night.
So what? He likes coming round.
Dad. Don't think I don't know what's going on, Denby. You've got my kid lying to me, and God knows what else. If you've so much as laid a finger on him...
Now, calm down,
Calm down? If you lure my son in here once more, I'll break every bone in your body. Understand that? Pervert. Come on, you. Get out. Come on, move.
Got some nice pieces of stuff here. Nice furniture and stuff.
Thank you. Our father was a bit of a dealer.
I wouldn't want to worry you, but it could attract the wrong sort of attention. Have you thought about getting a dog?
We do have a man about the house, some of the time, our gardener.
Well, that should be a help.
Right, to be off now then, ladies. Oh, hey up, Mr. Rowan.
Well, see you later then, Mr. Greengrass.
That's your gardener?
Do you think he's big enough to frighten off burglars?
Was Mr. Greengrass recommended to you?
No, but he did work for Lord Ashfordley.
Before he was ill and had to give up working.
Ladies, Mr. Greengrass is, well, should I say, known to us.
Well, he lives in the village, of course. He's known to you.
No, I meant to the police. He's not to be trusted.
Has he got a record?
Well, no, he hasn't.
So he hasn't actually done anything wrong?
He's never been caught. There's a difference.
Well, I thought in this country a man was innocent until proved guilty.
Well, yes.
Well, we're grateful for your warning, but my sister and I cannot act upon rumour and innuendo.
Right, bring him in.
Greengrass?
No. Denby.
All right. Why?
You don't ask me why, Rowan. Any more than I ask the superintendent.
Well, this is his idea.
Aye. We're going to bring Denby in and find out exactly what goes on at those little soirees of his.
Right. I don't see why they're getting interested upstairs.
It's the Black Hand gang, lad. Masons. Somebody had a word at the last lodge meeting.
You don't seem to have got very far.
Oh, it's deceptive. There's a lot of preparation, you know. You'll see the result next week.
Well, I do hope so. Oh, Francis, could you sort out Mr. Greengrass's wages?
Oh, didn't you get money out of the Building Society then?
No, I thought you... Oh, dear.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry, Mr. Greengrass.
Do you think you could wait for your wages?
Well, normally there'd not be a problem, but it's my mother's birthday, you see, and
Oh, well, then we must find some way to pay you.
Could I suggest something?
Mr. Denby. Good of you to spare us the time.
I thought we'd sorted out those complaints the other day.
There's what's happened since that I'd like to talk to you about.
Look, if it's that misunderstanding your wife witnessed, well, I can explain.
Go on.
Harry Cottis is... It's something of a friend.
With friends like that, eh?
Yes, but he's heard these ridiculous stories about me.
What sort of stories?
Sergeant, I'm a perfectly respectable shopkeeper.
Who likes young boys?
I'm fond of young people.
You, are aware of the laws regarding homosexuality?
I'm aware that they're ridiculous. I'm also aware that I'm doing nothing to break those laws.
You had a few lads in your flat the other night.
For crying out loud! Are you implying that I'm doing something wrong? Having a couple of lads round to play records?
Why don't you invite girls?
Because... Look, I don't know. I don't... Where's all this leading? I mean, is having boys in my flat a crime?
What about Mr. Pendleton?
What's he got to do with all this?
Well, the other night outside your shop, you pretended not to know him.
Did I?
So, what's going on between you and him?
Nothing. Look, this is all gossip you've got against me, isn't it? I mean, rumour, tittle-tattle, insinuations, but no facts.
Mr. Denby.
Look, not a single bloody fight between the two of you. Well, I'm not sitting here listening to any more of this.
Mr. Denby, sit down! Sit down. If you are committing unnatural acts with young boys, then we'll find out. And you'll go to prison for a very long time.
And if I'm not, Sergeant, what are you going to do then?
Can I help you, madam?
I'd like this, please.
Something the matter?
You reminded me of someone, sorry.
Someone nice, I hope.
Something rum about that man, Rowan. Wearing his hair so long, making no secret of his contempt for the law.
Oh, I don't know, Sergeant. You're not a Mason, are you?
If I was, I wouldn't tell you. But as it happens, no.
But the order to pull him in came from the super, who is in the Brotherhood. And that chap I saw with Denby the other night, Pendleton, he's one of them too.
Aye. Worshipful master, no less.
Yeah, so maybe this is all some sort of Masonic plot to get Denby. And maybe he's hurting one of their members with his music business. You know how they stick together.
It's a theory, Rowan. Problem is, Denby's a Mason too.
Denby?
Right. Try this theory for size. What if they found out he really is molesting someone? Well, that would sicken them. Like it sickens us.
Nice piece. Is it yours?
Well, you don't think I'm bringing stolen stuff in with a local Bobby's wife in and out, do you?
10 quid.
Oh, I was thinking 20 at least.
12, but I'm doing myself.
Done.
Now, would somebody tell me what this is all about?
We'll just wait for Harry, Doctor.
This isn't an official lodge meeting.
Not official, no. Just one item of business. The resignation of Charlie Denby from the Ashfordley Lodge.
Charlie's resigned?
No. But between us, we decided that he should.
Oh. Why was that?
Surely you must have heard what's been going on, Doctor, above that shop of his.
I've heard certain unsubstantiated rumours.
Which the police are now investigating.
What, do you mean they found some proof?
No. There's no smoke without fire, is there?
I thought he was a friend of yours, Reg. You introduced him to the lodge.
A decision I've sadly come to regret, considering what's happened, Doctor.
It's all very well for you to take his side, Doctor, but you've not got a son who could be in danger.
I'm not taking anybody's side. I simply don't believe in condemning a man purely on the strength of rumours.
It's more than that. He's been seen.
Doing what?
Enough for us to know that no young boys are safe.
You have no proof.
Sorry you're taking that attitude, Alex. We hoped it to be unanimous.
Then I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. And just for the record, has anybody invited Charlie here to give his side of the matter?
Well, hardly.
Why not? Surely it's only good manners to ask a man to his own hanging. Or should I say lynching?
Hello, Harry. Glad to see you're a bit calmer today. Maybe we should talk.
I don't want to talk to you, Denby.
Oh, look, Harry, this is ridiculous.
The lodge officials met today. We want you to resign.
You're joking! You mean I don't even get a chance to put my case?
Nobody wants to hear a string of lies from you.
Forget it! I'm not going.
Look, this is your last chance to make it easy on yourself. Just resign. Don't come back.
Is this your idea?
You brought this on yourself.
Come on, Cottis. At least a man has the right to know who's been slandering him.
You call yourself a man? Well, if you are, behave like one for once and save yourself any more humiliation.
Hey, Reg! Do they know about you? Your posh friends? Do they know what a bastard you are? Do you know that? Reg Pendleton's a right bastard! You're behind it all, aren't you, Pendleton? Respectable Reg, you're trying to ruin... You're trying to ruin me, Reg! And now I'm going to make sure that everybody knows all about it!
I think that's enough, Mr. Denby.
Don't let the sun catch you crying. The night's the time for all your tears.
Getting in there, are you, Mrs. Rowan?
Sorry?
You've heard about that man, surely?
You're boycotting.
It may be further, but there's a much greater choice in Ashfordley.
Well, thanks for the advice.
I would have thought that you, as a policeman's wife...
And I would have thought you, as a JP, would know better than to convict someone without a fair trial.
And let them go. All your
I'm surprised to see you in here, Mrs. Rowan. Do you think people would have believed these rumours if your husband hadn't?
That's not fair, Mr. Denby. Nick was only doing his...
Only doing his job? Excuse me a moment. Hey, you lot, don't forget the concert tonight. What time shall we meet?
I don't think I can go. Nor can I.
Well, it's Jerry and the Pacemakers. You were dead keen.
Yeah, well, my dad said I wasn't to.
But you know I wouldn't hurt you. Don't you?
I'm sorry, Charlie.
You wanted serving, Mrs. Rowan.
Concert in York, you say?
Yeah, I stayed over. I was too tired.
On your own, were you?
Yes?
This Masonic regalia that was taken, would they get much for it?
No, it's worthless. To anybody but me.
Then why should anyone want to steal it?
Why do people do any of the things that they do?
Seems strange that nothing else was taken.
Perhaps something was taken. Something that you'd rather not admit to having in the first place. Something to do with the lads that you have up here. Your little friends.
No.
Well, they were looking for something. Photographs. Books.
I can assure you they wouldn't find anything like that.
Why? Got it well hidden. Why have these rumours started about you, Mr. Denby?
You tell me.
Can you think of any reason why anyone would want to break in here?
Look, you're the ones with the vivid imagination. Look, if you'll excuse me, I've got things to do.
Well, if you do think of anything...
Look, I'm not interested anymore, Constable. This is the last straw. I'm getting out of Aidensfield. I'm selling up.
Well, perhaps that's giving them what they want, Mr. Denby.
A man can only take so much. I think I've had my share.
Would you, like a little something in your tea, Mr. Greenglass?
You insist.
We bought this with the money you made.
Very nice. Oh, yeah. Went well, that little bit of business, didn't it?
Oh, very well, for all of us.
We were wondering if you'd be interested in helping us again.
Well, you mean sell some more of his stuff?
Oh, and not that we're short of money, you realise, Mr. Greengrass. It's just that, well, this house, it's so cluttered.
And auction rooms are such forbidding places.
I'll do what I can to help along any time, you know.
Good. There's just one problem. The policeman. He warned us about you.
He said you were a bad lot.
Oh, hang on. I mean, I didn't cheat you over that figurine, did I? I mean, I could have kept half that money, but I didn't.
Oh, I agree, you dealt fairly. And £8 for that figurine does seem generous. However, we must respect the constable's advice.
Oh, well, look, I tell you what, rather than me take your things for my make to sell, suppose I were to buy 'em from you, like, direct.
But could you? I mean, I don't wish to seem rude, but do you have savings of any kind, Mr. Greengrass?
Well, I could borrow.
How much do you know about, valuable antiques?
Oh, well, I've studied. I mean, when I worked for Lord Ashfordley, like, you know, I went through all the books in his library.
What do you think, Francis? Can we trust him?
Desmond, turn that row down.
Mr. Pendleton? PC Rowan, Aidensfield Police. I'd like to speak to your son, if I may.
Desmond? Why?
Can I talk to him, sir?
You better come in.
I'm sorry if I'm interrupting something.
No, I was just writing a speech for the Rotary Club dinner. Yes, well, I'll get Desmond. Desmond!
Come on, get out of it. Come on. Get out. Get out.
Charlie Denby, Desi. You know him?
He runs the village shop. Of course he knows him.
You go there?
Of course he goes there.
Yeah, I'm asking your son.
I've been there.
At night?
No.
Desi, a lot of your friends go there. They told me you've been with them.
When? When did you go there?
Dad, just with Tony and the others.
What do you do there?
We listen to records, that's all. It's fab. He plays them dead loud.
Does anything happen there that... well, that maybe your dad wouldn't like? Tell me. It's important.
We have a drink. Cider.
And?
Nothing else, just cider.
Does anything else happen? Does Mr. Denby ever wrestle with you?
You what?
Or does he touch you?
No, of course not. What do you think I am?
Mr. Denby's flat was broken into last night. Where were you last night?
He was here all night. Look, my son wouldn't do anything like that. He only has to ask me for anything he wants. Why should he steal?
You seem very sure.
I am sure, Constable. I know my son.
You didn't know he spent time at Denby's?
I know he's not a thief.
The only thing taken from Mr. Denby's flat was his Masonic regalia. Why should that be?
I've no idea.
Without it, he can't attend any lodge meetings.
Really? Anything else?
Not for the moment, sir. I would like to get all this sorted out before Mr. Denby leaves Aidensfield.
Leaves Aidensfield?
That's right. Good luck with the speech. I'll see myself out.
Look, why can't we discuss this?
I've had enough!
Just sit down and discuss this, could we?
What do you expect me to do?
You can't
I
be!
can't go on living in a place like this!
I'm sorry, I'll come back.
Oh, don't worry, Mrs. Rowan. I'm not going to turn away my only customer. What can I do for you?
Could I have some candles for a birthday cake?
Hello, Mr. Cottage. Here you are. There's one. Look at that. Have I discovered a gold mine or what?
Fool's gold, more like. I'll take the lot off your hands for 20 quid.
You're pulling my leg.
Well, let's put it this way. Somebody has been. How much did you pay for it all?
Over £100. Hey, but hang on. Look, what about that plate? That's a very old Willard pattern. It's Chinese.
It doesn't mean to say it's valuable.
All right, then what? Hey, what about this? Look at that vase. That comes from a country house.
Yeah. I don't care where it came from. The place it belongs is a rubbish tip.
What? You mean it's a fake?
Oh, no, it's genuine. Genuine tat. You can buy them at 5 bob a throw from a place in Scarborough. Very popular they are.
Conniving old buggers.
For some reason, Pendleton is behind this campaign to get Denby out of Aidensfield. This is his writing.
Then why did I hear him tell Denby he couldn't leave?
I don't know, but it was Pendleton who put us onto him in the first place.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nicholas. Happy birthday to you. Now, forget about work and open your presents.
Right. Hey, what happened to the new sofa? Couldn't get enough wrapping paper, I suppose.
Couldn't get it delivered on time. It's coming next week. It's all right. I've got a plan. According to Sandra Murray, this is the gear.
So this is what you were doing in Cottis's antique shop?
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you've got to arrest them.
Who?
Who? Them two con artists have just taken me for every penny I've got.
Conned him, Constable Rowan?
He says he paid you over £100 for junk that's been valued at less than 20.
I don't believe we ever said it was valuable.
Did we, Reenie? Well, on his sentimental value. In fact, we were surprised he was prepared to pay so much.
So you never suggested to Mr. Greengrass that these various items were valuable antiques?
We wouldn't have sold them if we thought they were. Not to him. Not after your warning.
It was something our father always impressed upon us. Never dabble in antiques. Not without taking expert advice anyway.
I thought your father was a dealer.
Oh, he dealt exclusively with reproductions. Very good ones.
What do you want?
Can I come in? Please?
I'm tired, Reg. What is it?
Charlie, I've been thinking.
Won't do your reputation much good being seen in here with me.
Can we stop? Just for a minute.
Be careful.
Oh, lads!
A bunch of kids from the look of them.
Of course. The fickleness of youth.
Well, this too?
Thanks.
May I ask what you're doing here, Mr. Pendleton?
Nothing that can't wait. I'll see you tomorrow, Charlie.
I think this could do with some stitching. And you should have a tetanus jab.
What, a hospital job?
We'll have to wait for that drink. I'll nip Mr. Denby into Ashfordley. Here.
Right. It's all right, Mrs. Warren.
It's no trouble.
No, I'm quite able to drive myself, thank you.
Are you sure?
Perfectly. Don't worry about me. Just go off and enjoy your evening out together.
Children not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun.
You never stood a chance.
Make sure the car gets a thorough going over, Rowan. Any sign of it being tampered with, I want to know right away.
Here, Sergeant. Have a look at these.
I've just heard about the accident.
Oh, yes.
It was an accident. I mean, there's no question of him...
Taking his own life, Mr. Pendleton. Now, why should he want to do that? Come in.
Did he leave a note?
thoughts are more your line. Charlie Denby has an unhealthy interest in young boys. Lock him up. That was from you, wasn't it?
I had to do something.
About what? All this stuff about molesting. You knew it was all nonsense from the start. Some sort of vendetta.
No.
What about these letters?
Where did you find those?
In Denby's car. Which is probably why you couldn't find them when you burgled his flat. It was you, wasn't it?
Did you read them?
Yeah, some of them. You and Denby had the same father. So why take it out now on your half-brother?
The man who I thought of as my father was very well off. But he didn't give me anything. He made me achieve everything on my own. And then I found out why. I wasn't his. My mother had an affair with the man who brought the groceries round.
Old Denby.
That man ruined my mother's life. He led her on, then deserted her. But later on, when I became successful, old Denby wanted a bit of my success for Charlie, for his real son. I didn't see why I should have it easy. So I made him promise that he would pay.
You thought you were owed?
No, not for me. For my mother.
And he went along with that.
Charlie's always been a bit of an outsider. I was told by Denby that if I looked after him, got him accepted, got him into the Masons, I would get off the shop. He also promised to give me back my mother's letters to him.
So what went wrong?
There was no will. Charlie didn't see why he should give me anything. Without the shop, he was nothing. So he kept it all.
And in return, you tried to ruin him?
I don't suppose you'd consider... I mean, those letters are very personal.
Well, I realise you were keen to get the letters back. But burglary's a crime. This'll all come out in court.
You'll never prove it was me. A court needs evidence.
I'll make a report, pass it on to my sergeant, and he'll pass it on to the superintendent. Of course. You know him. This has just been handed in. It's Charlie Denby's regalia. Found dumped in the pub car park.
Pendleton getting rid of the evidence.
Do you think I should tell him what the post-mortem said? That it was a heart attack that killed Charlie?
If he's got a guilty conscience, let him sweat it out until the inquest. He was so ashamed of being Charlie Denby's bastard brother, he hounded that man to his death.
It was a heart attack.
And all the stress Denby was put under? The hate campaign, the lies, the robbery. He killed him, Nick. So much for brotherly love, eh?
Heartbeat, why do you miss when my baby kisses me? Heartbeat, why does a love kiss stay in my memory?